Welcome back everyone to another edition of Figures from the Attic. Today we're back with another retro figure review from my childhood collection of action figures, literally Figures from the Attic. And today we're going to look at one of my most played with figures as a kid. This one was heavy on my rotation in my Fig Fed because back in those days this was my favorite wrestler, or one of my favorite wrestlers. And this is Triple H. This is Jakks Pacific Triple H. This is before they came out with the Ruthless Aggression style figures, the one that had the little better articulation. This was just like a couple of series before Ruthless Aggression. But it's Triple H just based on the gear. As you can see, kind of the logo there in the front and the back. I would say this is probably from 2002, maybe somewhere in that era, 2002. But the likeness is incredible. I would put this Triple H head scan up against even Mattel figures from today. As you can see, definitely have the Triple H snarl, the Triple H nose, of course. You get the handlebar mustache. You get the big flowing hair. The articulation is a little out of date, but you know, as a period piece from back in those days, this was awesome. As you can see, I did make some cosmetic alterations to it over the years. Back in those days, I'm sure you remember, Triple H had a tendency to tear his quads for some reason, unfortunately, you know, giving his all to the sport. And he would come out with kind of like the white tape over his knees. So I just always thought that was a great look, and I just kind of replicated it with masking tape, as you can see there. So that's actually tape from like 2003, 2004, whenever I was playing with these guys. You get the boots. Obviously the joints at this point are very loose. You still see the remnants of like red marker from all his battles over the years. He definitely had a lot of bloodbaths, you know, in my Fig Fed, a lot of epic battles, that's for sure. You still see some of the remnants there, kind of dyed red with the hair and the face. But this is just an awesome figure, one of my favorites from back in the day. So will it be a little biased? Yes. But as an overall score, just being as unbiased as I can be, trying to take nostalgia out of the equation, just looking at the figure in a vacuum, it's still a very good figure. I mean, again, like I said, the head scan I put up against modern day head scans. It looks awesome in my opinion, just like Triple H, a spitting image. It's almost like they went out of their way to make sure that he got a great figure, just to make sure that he was satisfied. But as an overall score, as far as Jakks figures go, this is up there as far as quality. You won't find many figures that are better than this. Obviously, there are very, very great Jakks figures. They had a lot of phenomenal, iconic figures. But this is like about as good as it would get, especially for this line before Ruthless Aggression. As an overall score, I would say this is a solid 9.2 out of 10. It's a phenomenal Triple H figure, 9.2 out of 10. Is that out of date? Yes. In 2026, it is out of date. But back in those times, back in those days, this is the best Triple H figure that you could get on the market. In that time period, 2002, 2003, I would say this is the best Triple H from that era. As always, I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for more.